First, Saldico fears for his life and therefore he cannot go to any Philippine embassy. Kung si Gutesa nga ay bigla na lang naglaho na parang bula. Sa halip na suportahan at pakinggan ang mga naglalantad ng katotohanan, sila'y pinababayaan at nailalagay pa sa panganib. Second, the statement is incorrect because under the Apostille Convention, which the Supreme Court already implemented under OCA Circular number 210-2023, Saldico can take his oath before any commissioned notary in Portugal or elsewhere in Europe. He doesn't have to do it before a Philippine consular office. All he has to do is for his sworn statement to be apostilled in that foreign country, and it will have the effect of a statement sworn before a Philippine consulate. In the 8th hearing on January 19, 2026, the VRC chairman stated, "Let me emphasize the point, or one point. We always go wherever or where the evidence leads us. We do not target any particular person, nor do we have the intention to cover up for anybody." If that is truly the guiding principle of this investigation, Mr. President, then several matters should have been highlighted and pursued with equal vigor. For instance, on November 18, 2025, he made a revelation during the plenary debates of the 2026 budget on general principles in the presence of DBCC officials. Sinabi niya na base sa usapan nila ni Yusek Bernardo, meron siyang may mga taong nagne-name drop sa Pangulo, tulad ni na Yusek Adrian Bersamin at Yusek Traigib Olaybar, na nagutos kay Saldico na ipasok sa BICAM yung insertions ng 100 billion. Panoorin po natin ang video, Mr. President.
Sabi niya, ang pagkaalam niya, kasama si Yusek Adrian Bersamin. 8 billion pesos, Mr. President, in at least 10 deliveries. The modus that yung arrangement nila is, may tigisa silang armored van. May armored van si Yusek Olaybar, may armored van siya, magpapark sa basement ng Diamond Hotel, darating yung van driven by Olaybar, and possibly, sabi niya, hindi siya sigurado, and possibly along with Adrian Bersamin. Bakante yung armored van, ipapark, idadrab yung isang van na puno ng pera. Ranging from 800 million hanggang 2 billion. Umabot ng 2 billion only because sometime in March, yung kanyang date na sinasabi from, I think, March hanggang April, yung delivery. Very good nga raw siya, sabi ni Yusek Olaybar, kasi nakakapag-deliver. Ang biggest kasi naipon, because March 11,
Ngunit kailanman ay hindi po naimbitahan si Yusek Adrian Bersamin upang harapin at linawin ang akusasyong ito na mismong chairman pa ang nagsiwalat sa plenaryo. Earlier, on November 14, 2025, in an ambush interview, he already disputed the statement of Saldico about the alleged 100 billion insertions allegedly made by the President in the BICAM. Ang malinaw rito, Mr. President, ay magkakaibang pahayag at pagkakaunawa sa parehong issue. Isang senyales ng kontradiksyon na posibleng pagmamanipula na dapat sana'y malinaw at tapat sa publiko. This becomes particularly concerning in light of the second supplemental affidavit of former DPWH Undersecretary Roberto Bernardo dated November 10, 2025, where he disclosed that he handled 5 billion worth of projects for former DPWH Secretary Manuel Bunoan each year from 2023, 24 to 25, with kickbacks of 15% therefrom. From this kickback, 75% will be shared by Bunoan and Cabral. The 25% goes to Bernardo. Pinayagan din ng chairman ng BRC ang pakikialam ng DOJ sa mga pagdinig, lalo na sa pagpili ng mga gagawing testigo sa ilalim ng Witness Protection Program. Ito ay sa pamamagitan ng sapilitang pagre-require ng restitution na hindi naman hinihingi ng batas. Hindi rin po binigyan ng pansin ang mga naging kaganapan sa number 30 Tamarin Street, South Forbes, na binigyang diin ni Saldico sa isa sa marami niyang video revelations. Sinabi ni Saldico na nag-deliver siya ng 1 billion sa lugar na yon, 200 million noong December 2, 2025 at 800 million noong December 5, 2025.